Yoga is something that permeates the spiritual traditions of India. It is not. It is not something that's um, limited in that way, and it's. It is more of a tool. It's like a toolbox. You could take a toolbox and build a house, or you could take a toolbox and build a shed, and there are different things you can build with the toolbox. So yoga is found in so many traditions in India, and now it's found. Then it went east to Taoism and Buddhism. And it was well, the Buddha himself took up yoga in India when he was in India, but as Buddhism spread to the east, it took yoga with it and revised it and made it its own. And in modern times, you've got Muslims, Christians, and Jews practicing yoga.
Oh, I'd heard of Christian yoga, but I didn't know about Muslims also.
Absolutely. There are select Muslims that practice yoga.
Okay. True. I like this metaphor of the toolbox. That's beautiful. That means it's, as you said, a set of practices. Different people can take whatever they want, and they don't necessarily uh, all adhere to one theology or one philosophy or in one worldview. So even in the Bhagavatam, you mentioned the philosophical sections where the yoga is talked about. But apart
Yeah.
from that, it seems almost every character, they do some kind of yogic postures. When Yudhishthir
Yes.
announces the world, or even when Pruthur announces the world, they sit in the yoga posture.
Yes.
So they meditate and they try to distance themselves from the material elements that make their body. So that would
Yes.
also be an example of a toolbox thing, that they're taking the yoga practice for cultivating inner awareness or focusing on the indwelling Lord, whatever it may be.
That's right. So yoga it can be a toolbox, just like you dip into a toolbox when you need a hammer, when you need a screwdriver, and when you don't need them, you put them back. Um, it's something that enhances the building of something, right? But at the same time, if one reads the Yoga Sutra carefully, if one reads the Bhagavad Gita carefully, one finds that the ultimate yoga is a perfection, is an end. And this is also an extraordinary part of yoga, and it's worth paying attention to for sure.
Okay, so we could put it this way: this is a toolbox, and the tools can be used for various purposes. But
Yes,
the toolbox has an original purpose.
yes,
So that toolbox was meant to build something. We can use it to build various things also.
yes,
So for example, in today's world, people are using that toolbox or something from that toolbox to make their bodies slimmer and healthier. So
yes,
that's, we could say that's a more mundane use of that toolbox. But that toolbox had an original purpose.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Well, you see, the word yoga, in the simplest of terms, means union. Now, union means bringing one thing together with another in a harmonious whole. So that union can take place at different levels. My aching back, oh, my aching back with the rest of my healthy body. I go to the yoga studio and bring the unhealthy part of my back into a union with the rest of my body, my healthy body, in a harmonious whole. That's one kind of union. Another kind of union is now typically people who come to fix the back problems in a yoga studio, they don't stop. They go, wow, this is something special here. I feel I feel something extra here. So yoga is always about upliftment,
Hmm.
always about elevation. So don't practice yoga if you don't want to be more and more elevated in your human existence,
Hmm.
because that's where it goes. Now, sometimes, so after the back is fixed, then one can balance more the internal psychical energies, the psychophysical, the psychoenergetic centers of the body, the chakras, where we bury the sanskaras and the kleshas, the vasanas, the things that the traumas that that limit the energy in our lives. So yoga can help release those chakras. Chakras, a wheel. And if you are familiar with driving in a car, when a wheel hits a pothole, it gets the whole wheel off, can even puncture the wheel. Yoga is about a tire repair, it's about a wheel repair. Allow those chakras to circle freely and to be energized freely. So, for example, the third chakra, the Manipura chakra.
Sorry,
Yeah,
just want to understand the example. It's a beautiful example. So you're saying that just as a pothole may damage a wheel, so similarly, life's traumas can damage us. And then
that's right.
you said that if the wheel is damaged, the car can't move very well. So
That's
similarly,
right.
because of the samskar, because of the impression, the samskaras created by life's unhappy events, that
Yes,
our energies can't move properly. So
that's
then
right.
yoga is like fixing the tire, so it's like fixing the car. Sorry, it's like
Yeah,
fixing the chakras.
that's right.
Striking example.
Yeah.
Very deep
See,
metaphor also.
we're like vehicles. I mean, of course, the Gita calls the body a vehicle,
Hmm.
right? A yantra, right?
Yeah.
So it's a machine, and it has wheels. It has 7 wheels, the 7 chakras,
Hmm.
and these energize. These are psychoenergetic centers, and it starts with the bottom of the spine, the genital area, the solar plexus, the heart area, the throat, um, the forehead, middle of the forehead, and then of course the Brahmarundra, and so there are the 7 wheels. Now, if something traumatic happens, like you said, Chaitanya Charanji, if something happens, if a pothole of life comes along, then our wheel gets a bit damaged and it doesn't work as well. Now, of course, we've got the other 6 wheels working, you know, but there's no such thing as a spare tire.
Okay.
So you so you have to make sure that the wheel gets repaired or it doesn't, and it limits us in life.
Okay.
So yoga is very much a toolbox to repair the tires.
Beautiful. Okay.
But what's the purpose of these 7 tires? Where do the wheels
Hmm.
take us? Where are we going with those 7 wheels? That's the key. And yoga answers that too.
So that's what you said, that the toolbox was meant for a particular purpose, even though
Yes,
we use it for various purposes.
that's right.
And these various purposes needn't necessarily be contradictory with the original purpose. Like you've got the point of union, bringing things together. So bringing the body together, the aching back to work better with the rest of the body, that is a part of a functioning human being, then who can actually ultimately fulfill the purpose of life. So
Right.
the purpose we use it for, uh, it is not, if somebody uses it for say a bodily purpose, that is not intrinsically contradictory with the original purpose. It may
That-
become if their life's purpose is entirely different consciously, but that's something which is contextual. So
right.
yeah. So for example,
And,
yeah, sorry.
I mean, I just want to point out, Chaitanya Charanji, that you know you can use part of the toolbox and not engage the rest of the toolbox. But then again, what you're trying to fix is something very narrow. The toolbox is for the whole human being and the development and elevation of consciousness,
Hmm.
and ultimately the cultivation of the heart.